Over a series of over 20 videos, I'm going to teach you the basics, intermediary and advanced skills of landlord and vendor farming to get you the listings, to get you the fees that you deserve as an estate and letting agent. The landlord and vendor farming technique was born out of the best way I can describe it is I thought there had to be a different way to attract landlords and vendors to an agency. I used to work for a large group of agents, letting agents specifically, and I noticed that there was 3 or 4 agents around the country that were attracting people to their agency by using techniques which weren't the standard techniques. Most estate and letting agents, when it comes to marketing, talk about themselves, their firm, and what they do as an agent and how they are so much better than everyone else. The types of marketing they're using is either brand awareness marketing, which is high, if we tell enough people about us, they'll use us. And then the other type of marketing is what we call competitive advantage marketing, which is where you tell people that you're so much better than everyone else. The problem is that no one really cares. You know, I know that, but it's like going to a party and someone talks about themselves all night. We all know what we think to those people. You see, when I worked for the previous firm, there was this one agent in Northampton who had attracted over 185 managed properties in 3 or 4 years. And I said, well, how did you get those 185 properties? And what he said is, well, they all came in years 3 and 4. And I said, well, what did you do? And he said, well, what I did is instead of talking about myself or my firm or my services, I talked about the things that I thought landlords in my town were interested in. And if you think about it, people are interested in themselves. If there was a brand new for sale board on your street tonight that wasn't there this morning, I can guarantee you every single person will pick the phone up, go on to Rightmove and see what that property's on the market for. Why? Because they want to know what their house is worth compared to that. People won't look at the brand new for sale board if the brand new for sale board was half a mile down the road. And also, have you noticed how people, when they're looking for a house, a landlord doesn't wake up one morning and decide that they're going to buy another property and add to their portfolio. They're on Rightmove all the time, day in, day out. So are home buyers. People just don't wake up and decide they're going to move. They actually go out every day. And why is that? Well, if you think about it, it's the same reason why men take months to decide what car to buy or what stereo to buy. And it's the same reason why, again, I'm generalising here, why ladies, my wife will go to Nottingham and spend all day and come back with one top, whilst as men, we go in and we just grab stuff and go in like literally 10 seconds. The reason is the thrill of the chase. People enjoy the thrill of the chase of looking for property or buying clothes or buying cars. And it's the same with houses. And basically what this agent did in the Midlands is he used to write this article about his town's property market and put it onto a blog which talked about basically what was happening in the local property market. And then he shared that out on social media. The brilliant thing is that slowly but surely landlords were attracted to this blog because he was talking about the stuff they were interested in, which is the local property market in the town. He wasn't talking about Section 8 or Section 21 notices or what the difference between one agent or another agent. He was talking about stuff that interested. He was comparing one area of his town, what was happening to property prices against another area, what was happening to rents in one area versus another area. And every 3 or 4 weeks, he'd write this big 2,000-word article about his town's property market and chuck it out on this blog. No, it didn't happen overnight, but slowly but surely landlords were attracted to him because he was talking their language and what they were interested in. Now, what then happened is that he then said to these landlords, if I see a cracking buy-to-let deal, I'll give you a shout. The problem is he was spending all of his time picking the phone up to people and not getting any work done himself. So after about 18 months, he rang all the people and said, well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do is, you know that blog where I write all the articles, on that blog, I'm also going to write about where the buy-to-let deals are. I'll tell you who it's on the market with and why I think it's a great buy-to-let deal. So the way he was doing it, and this is the landlord and vendor farming system in a nutshell, he was writing an article about the property market and then chucking out great buy-to-let deals, which he thought were great deals for buy-to-let landlords in his town. And he just rinsed and repeated. That is the landlord and vendor farming technique. It attracts both landlords and it also attracts vendors, and I'll tell you how it does later in other videos. But fundamentally, landlord and vendor farming is a 2-stage process. Write about the property market, tell people where the great properties are to buy. But this is the bit that will really screw your head up. Those properties can't be on the market with you. You're going to say, well, you're asking me to sell another agent's property. No, I'm not asking you to sell another agent's property. But what I am doing is asking you to highlight the best properties that a landlord should buy and not be determined on whether you're selling it or not. How big does it make you look that you're the only agent actually giving great advice as opposed to trying to take? And that is the essence of landlord and vendor farming. So join me on this journey of landlord and vendor farming where I tell you everything you need to know. Thanks very much.